Paul, another point on the board, another game unbeaten. What's your thoughts after that?
A little bit bittersweet. I mean, we could have lost it in the last kick of the game, but I also thought we had enough opportunities to probably win it. But maybe I'm greedy. But yeah, the lads are disappointed they haven't took all three. We come away from home to a team who are, further down the process than us, are building a League One team. Will fancy themselves to be in the playoffs, and I thought in periods of the game we were in the ascendancy. Although it was difficult to create chances. The pitch was really lively, wet. I think both teams struggled to play a little bit, so it was a bit ugly at times. But overall pleased. I just thought off a couple of set pieces we had a great chance with Knighty, a great chance with Colo. On another day we might nick a 1-0 away from home, but all in all, another clean sheet. Really pleased with the back line and Joe. I think they've defended really well.
Is it another one of those afternoons where the old cliche, if you can't win, make sure you don't lose?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't come here, as you well know, I can't bear drawing, so we came here with a real intent to come and win the game, and hence why the lads are possibly disappointed. But it was two good teams having a go. Obviously I really appreciate the vocal support. That is something else. So we didn't lose, but like you say, the last kick of the game we could have, and that would have felt a little bit harsh.
How good a save did you feel that was? It was hard to see because I was stood in the tunnel just behind you guys, but it looked great reactions again from Joe, who's been phenomenal all season.
He has, but I think I'd have saved that as straight at him, wasn't it? Was it not straight at him?
That's why I was asking you straight down the tunnel. But
it wasn't amazing.
He's there to make saves, isn't he?
Yeah, he does get paid, so he did come straight at him. But yeah, another day he dies and it goes down the middle, I'll go crazy. But yeah, a clean sheet from him when called upon. He's been brilliant since we've been in the building. I've been so impressed. So really pleased.
No David McGoldrick today. What's the situation with him at the moment?
Yeah, he's been ill, unfortunately, for 4 days. Felt better today. The first day he's really felt anything like. So we're in the morning training. So we'll try and get him on the grass and see how he is to try and get him, for the game against Cambridge.
Is he the sort of individual you maybe missed at times today? We've seen it in games so far where he can maybe just unlock that little bit with that little bit of magic that maybe others don't have.
Yeah, possibly. It's a good question. Possibly, or the game could have completely bypassed him because it was, a tad rough around the edges at times. But I thought Colo led the line really well, and Knighty was excellent. It's like I've got a love affair going on with Knighty, but he just gets around the pitch, wins headers, a threat, and like I said, he could have scored as well. So really good to have him back. So yeah, Didsy's probably the one who can unlock the door in them tight games. So it's a blow, and no doubt if you interviewed their manager, he was buzzing when he saw he wasn't on the team sheet.
You mentioned James Collins there. He could have had a penalty at the second half. I think you mentioned in the Sky interview it probably would have been soft. But what about the one with Tom Barkhazen in the first half? What's your thoughts on that one? Clean.
It blows my mind. I sort of politely spoke to the ref at half time. He said, if I'd have given that, I'd have to give the one the other end a minute later. I said, I don't care about the one up the other end a minute later. You can't, the old two wrongs make a right trick. I thought it was a penalty, but then I'm biased, so I haven't seen it back. I just don't understand. I just don't understand how that isn't a foul. The ball went that way, the player came this way, and Tom absolutely got flattened. If it isn't a foul, then I apologise profusely, but from where I stood, it looked as blatant as it gets.
We started the interview by saying another game unbeaten. That's 13 now. You really are becoming a difficult side to break down. You must be encouraged by that.
Yeah, because I think we do. Every time we get the ball, we are trying to score. We are aggressive with our play, I think, and if you play that way, you're always susceptible to losing, obviously. But draws aren't going to get us where we want to be. We want wins, but away from home, especially if we can now go, back-to-back home wins, this point looks even sweeter, doesn't it? But, I just thought first half at times where we won the ball back and, our tactics were to get out to Tom and out to Nat and leave them 1v1. You back them respectfully against their wide centre halves. That just the tidy-up pass at times just wasn't good enough. And I just think if we'd have just been that little bit crisper, we could have hurt them and we could have come away with all three, but not being greedy.
Back to Pride Park then, you've got games either side of the new year. You've beaten the two teams that you've already played already. Is it a case of what's gone before counts for very little and you want to avoid complacency is what I'm trying to indicate?
Oh yeah, the lads won't be complacent. I think we're going to have to, change the team over these next 2 games. You can't ask the lads to just keep playing, the same ones keep going out every week. So we're going to have to try and freshen the team up. But the lads will never be complacent, I don't think, because we haven't achieved anything. They've got nothing to be complacent over. And as we well know, the team changes all the time. So the team that I had my first game in charge won't be the same team as we play at Friday night. And so we need to be at our very best to win a football match. That doesn't ever change. Excuse me, I don't know what I've swallowed. That doesn't ever change. So we'll have to be right at it to win a football game. Everything has to go right. You have to ride luck at times, obviously, and hopefully we can perform in front of the home crowd like that against Cambridge.
Just lastly, you mentioned the fans in answer previous. You had just over 5,000 today. You've had 6,500 at MK Dons, 5,000 odd at Liverpool. The away followings that you get are seriously impressive at League One level.
Yeah, they are hugely impressive. In fairness, if this was a championship game, we couldn't bring any more than that anyway, could we? So I really respect people for coming out and supporting their team and singing. I always feel like joining in when they start singing. And I sincerely clap them before the game and after the game. Even if we lost, I'd still go and clap, which isn't the easiest thing being a football manager at times, let me tell you. But I just like the fact that they stay behind the players. And if we would have conceded in the last minute, it doesn't make the previous 94 disastrous. So it's some following. And like I said in my pre-Sky thing, they were saying about, you're playing in front of 25,000. I was saying respectfully, the lads are used to that, so they probably think, there's not many in here today. So, no, away following's excellent, and look, we're all on a journey, and if we can make life experiences and memories for people, for the Derby fans, then great. And the lads are doing everything they can to win every football match. So, I hope the fans appreciate the players the same way the players appreciate the fans, because they're giving everything to try and win every game.